Today is Friday, September 13th. Good morning from the Civic Media News Desk. I'm Joanne Krulotz. The Wisconsin Elections Commission will ask the legislature to fund a new office focused on election transparency. Administrator Megan Wolf.
We're not unique. I think election offices around the country are facing these increased demands. And so we wanted to at least bring it to the lawmakers' attention. We continue to have these demands, but we continue not to have the additional resources needed to meet these additional demands.
Commissioners voted 5-1 to request just under $2 million in the upcoming state budget. Commissioner Bob Spindell was the lone dissenting vote. He sought bipartisan leadership for that.
I think a program like this would be good if this be basically run by two attorneys, one that's appointed by the Republican leadership in the legislature, the other appointed by the Democratic leader. So both parties have the ability to have a view in terms of what's going on.
Democratic Commission Chair Ann Jacobs said agency staff are required by statute to be nonpartisan, and such a change would require action from the legislature. The Democratic vice presidential nominee is back in Wisconsin. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz holds a campaign event in Wausau today. The visit is Walz's third to Wisconsin in recent weeks and is part of an effort to campaign in battleground states following Tuesday's debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. The students at the Richland Center Intermediate School had a special guest yesterday. Governor Tony Evers visited several classrooms and talked with students and staff one-on-one. The governor has been touring schools around the state. When it comes to concerns from district reps, money is the biggest.
That's always a concern. I mean, educators want to do the best they can, and no matter where they are, and then to make that happen, you really do need the resources to do it. And so what I'm concerned about, frankly, is that I hear when school districts have to go to referendum just for basics, and that's an indication to me that the state isn't doing enough.
He hopes that he can make progress in the next biennial budget for education.
When property taxpayers are paying more and more and more, and the school district is having to go to referendum just to keep the lights on, that's a bad sign. You know, that's not where we need to be as a state. Referendum for buildings and making sure the buildings are in good shape, I have no problems with that. But what we need to do is, not having to go back to the taxpayers, every 2 or 3 years just to have enough money to keep the lights on. So we'll be working. I don't think any legislator in the state wants this to be the way it should be. So we'll work hard to make sure that we can make some better progress.
Hundreds of school districts around the state are and have been going to referendum to meet expenses and to fix the buildings they have. This November, the Ithaca and Kickapoo school districts will have a referendum question on the ballot. Governor Evers says that while he has seen a lot of concerns among the districts, he has seen some positives. He saw some of those positives yesterday in the Richland School District.
This is a great example. You have kids that a lot of them come from, frankly, are kids that need special help, and sometimes it's a language, sometimes it's something else, and they're concerned about math and reading and social studies and the basics, but they also care about whether how the kids are doing mentally and socially, and that takes time, effort, but this is a good example of it right here. They really work hard on those affective type things that aren't about necessarily reading and writing. They're certainly emphasizing that, but they also understand the need to have kids be whole, and they're working really hard at that.
That's Governor Tony Evers at the Richland Center Intermediate School yesterday. Lower wage workers in Wisconsin are making more money. Laura Dresser is co-author of a new UW-Madison study.
In these last 5 years, lower wage workers have seen their wages go up by 8% in terms of purchasing power, real value, and high wage workers have only had wages go up about 1%.
She says women and workers of color are still making less than others.
When you focus on improving the quality of jobs, especially at the bottom of the labor market, you also are looking to close racial and gender gaps in wages, because it is Black and brown and women workers who are dominant in lower wage jobs.
Laura Dresser says Wisconsin should raise its minimum wage. Microsoft now has even more Mount Pleasant land. The Milwaukee Business Journal reports the company this week bought more Racine County land north of Highway 11 in an effort to support their plans for a massive data center project. It's reported Microsoft now owns over 1,600 acres of property for their $3.3 billion effort. Construction on those data centers is already underway. A Sun Prairie construction company is facing workplace safety fines once again. The Operation Health and Safety Administration says workers for GL Construction were performing framing work on houses in Verona without any safety gear. The company was cited for multiple violations and faces over $144,000 in fines. Labor Department officials say GL hasn't paid fines for a 2022 incident where a worker died on a job site. The company has 15 days to contest the latest citation. Madison police are investigating multiple fires that happened Wednesday. They believe they may have been set on purpose. Flames broke out in the 500 block of West Washington Avenue Wednesday morning. Firefighters got everyone out safely. Police say there were 2 other fires in that area right around the same time, so arson investigators are now on the case. The investigation includes looking for a suspect in a dumpster fire that was on West Johnson and State Street shortly before the fire on West Washington. They have surveillance video so they can see what he looks like. In the footage, the suspect they're looking for has light short hair and chest-length beard. You can see the stills on the Madison Police Department's website on their incident reports page. If you think you know who he is, call Crime Stoppers or submit a tip through the P3 Tips app. You may be eligible for a reward. Authorities arrested a woman they say was stealing mail from people's mailboxes. Columbia County deputies learned people's mail was stolen last week in Decorah and Otsego. Mail has also been disappearing from northern Dane County. Officials tracked down and arrested 20-year-old Rachel Russell in La Crosse. Authorities say they recovered tons of mail and more charges and arrests may be coming. Today is Youth Day at the Vernon County Fair. All youth 12 and under will be admitted free to enjoy all the festivities the fair has to offer at the Vernon County Fairgrounds. Mr. Ed's Magical Midway will open at noon with a wristband special from noon to 5. The Little Britches Dairy Show will be held at 12:30 in the Hanson Arena. There is a fee for the grandstand show tonight featuring the Badger State Tractor and Truck Pull at 7. Cost of admission to the grandstands is $10, with children 5 and under admitted free. A full list of events at the Vernon County Fair can be found online at vernoncountyfair.com. Residents of the Ithaca School District will be seeing a referendum question on the ballot next month. That question will ask the voters to authorize the Ithaca School District to exceed the revenue limit by $1.3 million per year for 4 years for non-recurring purposes. The reason for the ask is both simple and complex. Marty Richards is a member of the Ithaca School Board.
I think the best explanation we can give for that is that simply declining enrollment has led to a lower revenue limit. And so the lower, and this is calculated by the state of Wisconsin. So then that's the amount of money that comes from the state, and we're allowed from property taxes. And the problem we have in this environment is that the loss of that revenue limit outpaces what we can reduce in cost because of the lower enrollment.
Many ask if the district has taken any steps to bring costs down. Richard says the district has been diligently working to bring costs down.
I think that understanding that the administration and the school board has now already gone and looked at what we just had to do it. We didn't enjoy it, but we did have to get our per pupil costs down. What we were spending per pupil to educate the kids in the district, and we've already taken those steps to bring that down.
To inform residents, the Ithaca School District will be holding community informational meetings concerning the upcoming referendum.
It's not so much convince, it's just to educate. It's educate to the public, our residents in the district, of, number one, the hand that the state has dealt us, like every other district, and how now they are going to become a partner in that educational process to make sure we have the resources to offer the classes that we offer, to offer the different opportunities, and to continue to do that and potentially expand those opportunities as well.
The first information session will be held this Sunday at 10:45 at Keysville Church Reception Hall. Additional sessions will also be held Thursday night, September 19th at 7 at the Lloyd Community Center, Monday night, September 23rd at 7 at Ithaca Schools, Wednesday, October 2nd at 5:45 at the Ithaca Community Gym, and Sunday morning, October 6th at 11:30 at the Willow Valley Church Hall. Wisconsin 130 and Wisconsin 133 intersection across the river to Porter Road in Lone Rock, Iowa, Richland, Sauk counties will be closed September 16th through September 30th for the Wisconsin 130 North tie-in roadway construction to be conducted safely and efficiently. The posted East Detour route will utilize Wisconsin 130, 23, and US 14 through Spring Green. The West Detour route will utilize Wisconsin 133, Wisconsin 80, Wisconsin 60, and US 14 through Muscoday.